Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Grain Gauntlet. As always, we've got 5 questions, 4 from current clients, and we've got 1 from a prospect this week. With me, I've got Hedge Plus owner Patrick Hayes. He's going to be the one in the hot seat. They're ready to answer these 5 questions. If he's ready, we'll start. You ready?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right. First question, what is more difficult, making hedge account recommendations or cash sale recommendations?
Oh, that's easy. Cash sale recommendations. And the reason is pretty simple. We can look at all the variables we look at. We have no limitations. We can make that recommendation whenever we see fit. In the hedge account, we're always limited. I have had a few guys over the years that have basically given me a limited amount of money to work with. That was fun, and that was way easier. When you're working with cash flow issues and limited amount of money in the account and trying to be successful adding to the bottom line, that's always the most difficult. Plus, in the hedge account, guys see a 15-cent move against them, and oh my God, they lost $2,000 and they want to get out, right? So it's much more difficult to work with the hedge account because of limitations.
Okay. All right. Second question today says, do we think corn has a good chance to rally short term?
I think that we overdid the downside with what the USDA gave us in that supply and demand report. Going down to 420, the market had been very successful with March corn between 435 and 450 for the futures, selling a ton of corn. Demand was fantastic all before that report at that level. And demand is still fantastic. Exports were fantastic last week. Domestic use is good. Ethanol is good. Everything's good on the demand side. But it was good 25 cents higher. So I think it's going to be easy for us over the next month to rally up to 440, 445 again. Above that, it depends on when farmers start to sell. If they start to move crop at that level, we won't go any higher. There's nothing that's going to stimulate this market right now outside of farmers not selling, unless we start seeing a weather issue in South America, which we haven't seen yet.
All right. Sounds like there's some hope, but range bound. And I know you definitely have strategies that you utilize in range bound markets like this.
Yeah, we got a new crop fixed risk trade that will have had about 24 cents on a 24 cent move lower with just a couple cents of risk. So I can give you details if you want. Give me a buzz.
All right. This question says, now that China has finished its soybean purchases from us, are prices going to start falling again?
No, I don't think China's done buying soybeans from us, first of all. Yes, South America will start to move stuff to market. Mato Grosso is about 14-15% harvested. That's not to the ports, that's harvested, okay? And there's a lot of country besides Mato Grosso that ain't close to harvesting. We got a long ways to go because before there's a lot of beans in South America for exports, okay? Next month or two, we are the main exporter of soybeans. I think China stays aggressive with us. They got 25 million metric tons, right, Josh?
Yeah, and wouldn't hurt to buy some of them right now if they need them, right?
Yep. And I think they're going to keep buying from us for right now.
Okay. This one says, I sold corn and soybeans to my co-op a while back, hedged a third of what I sold on the board with them out to July. Do I stick with those long positions or cut my losses?
Right now, I don't know what your risk factors are with those long positions. I have no idea if you have a fixed risk or unlimited risk.
No, I actually spoke to this gentleman. It's unlimited. Okay. He went long on the board.
On futures.
Yes.
With no protection.
Yeah, this is a client who buys our report but doesn't at the moment trade with us. So he did this with his co-op.
I would never take that risk on a buyback. I wouldn't be in a long naked position right now. The worst thing you can do to a sale that you're buying back, and you're buying back the sale, why? Because you don't like the price, right? That's the only reason to do a buyback. The price isn't good enough, so you want to do a buyback. If it was at 550, would you buy back corn? No, it's profitable. Okay. So if you're buying back an unhealthy price and you take an unlimited risk, all you're doing is saying that sale that I had, I can make way worse, right? I always do fixed risk with buybacks, always have some kind of protection underneath it. And the protection we had two bought 440 puts to a sold put above it. We can now, and have been, moving that down to 420 bought put and having a better buyback and actually having profit in the 440 puts. That allows me to get bought back cheaper with less risk than what I started with initially. So buying back straight futures is doing nothing more than eliminating the sale you had. It's too much risk.
Yeah, which is essentially what's happened at this point. That's where the things stand right now. Any hope for a turnaround? And we got till July. What if he does?
Right. And he'll probably get 30 or 40 cents, and more power to him. If you're gonna buying back at the low's best time. But again, I don't think you should take unlimited risk on a buyback ever.
Right.
Ever.
All right. This last question is from a prospect. Says, I was working with one of your competitors. I never heard the recommendation until hours after it was made. How do you get your recommendations out?
Well, first of all, first thing we do is we do a broadcast, and the broadcast goes out to everybody who gets our recommendations at the same time. So if you're one of my guys that started in the early 2000s with me, and you're a brand new guy just started with me yesterday, you're going to get the broadcast at the same time. And the broadcast is going to tell you what we're doing, sale recommendation, and so forth. And you can make the sale. Now, guys have been with me. They just make the sale. They don't even call in anymore, right? But new guys will question the sale, want to know why, and talk. And you have plenty of time. I have plenty of time to talk to them because my older guys just do it. So
yeah,
broadcast gets out at the same time to everybody.
Right. And I'll also add that we're offering other options if it works best for somebody. And you can get an email. That doesn't sound like the best, but we also will text these out. We have a lot of different available options for people, whatever suits them best, where they know they're going to get either the call or the message the quickest. We can make that work for them. So we have some flexibility in how we do that as well.
And the key is that everybody's getting it at the same time. And our broadcast goes out, let's say it goes out at 7. It will also go out at 7:30, 8, and 8:30 to all the guys who didn't answer the phone live. If they answered by recording, it will be repeated 4 times. So my guys know if they got 4 calls from me within a 2-hour period, there's a cash sale recommendation.
All right, good. That's all for this week. Thanks everyone for the questions. If you have a question, ask us throughout the week. Often some of these questions we share are the questions we received over the phone. You can also email them at admin staff at hedge-plus.com. Aside from that, I hope everyone has a good week, and we'll do this again next week.
Hopefully, when we come back next week, I have off Friday. I'm going ice fishing. I'll come back with a big whopper fish.
Sounds good.
All right,
everybody. Take care.